Have you been diagnosed with nasal polyps? Contact Prism Clinical Research for more information about our nasal polyp study.
Time now for our final pitch, presented by Prism Research with Tim Laudner. I'm Anthony LaPanta. The Twins win in Toronto on Sunday 7-2. They take 2 out of 3 from the Jays. After a disappointing series in Chicago that saw them lose 3 out of 5, it was an impressive bounce back for Minnesota.
Impressive in the fact that they had very good pitching performances, and they also much better offensively Friday night. This ball club did a much better job of using the center of the field. They did a much better job of using the entire field, and they did a much better job in situations moving guys over and getting guys in from third base with less than 2 outs offensively. Much better over the weekend than they finished up in Chicago.
All that stuff was nice, but in the series finale, the story was the long ball off the bat of Byron Buxton. He went deep 3 times for Minnesota. Buxton became just the 8th Twin to hit 3 home runs in a single game in the history of the franchise. Kyle Gibson followed up a win in Chicago with a very good outing and another victory, 6 2/3 innings and 2 earned runs. And after the game, manager Paul Molitor talked about the continued development of the young core for the Twins.
Continued development of these core guys is something to be excited about. We're going to, keep trying to find ways to get better and build around some of these guys. Some of the pieces are currently already in place with guys that you kind of look like Dozier as a veteran after 5+ years, and Joe probably his best year in a few that we're looking at. So, but yeah, I mean those 3 guys potentially is, for the most part, your everyday outfielders. I think that's a really nice part of your defense and offense that you have to build around.
So now the Twins come home after a 4-4 road trip. They will be holding one of the wild card spots in the American League when the homestand opens, and they've got Santana, Barrios, Colon lined up to face the White Sox in these 3.
When you take a look at this series coming up against the White Sox, you don't have to look too far back. They just finished playing the White Sox, and they went down to the south side of Chicago, and they played this ball club 5 games in 4 days, and things didn't turn out the way they wanted to. On paper, it looked like a non-contending ball club that you should find a way to win as many ball games as possible. The series didn't end that way, and so when you look at this series for this ball club coming up, it looks like they have a redeemer, a chance to get back at these Chicago White Sox, especially with these 3 guys on the mound.
Twins lost the games in Chicago that were started by Santana and Barrios. They'll get a chance for redemption at Target Field. All 3 games on Fox Sports North. Join us Tuesday night at 6:30 for Twins Live before the series opener. That's our final pitch, presented by Prism Research.